And we're live.
There it is.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Good halfway through November.
Right?
Yes.
Halfway.
Halfway through November.
Yes.
Did your power go off last night?
No. Thank all the
Stop.
things.
Really?
The wind was, I said to Jay this morning, like, we must live in like this tiny little pocket of protected power grid land because and again, like I hate to say, I knock on wood, we never lose power, ever. It flickered twice yesterday afternoon, and then it was smooth sailing.
I had no power for 3 hours.
That stresses me out.
And what was worse is that even my data streaming was 1 bar. So I couldn't okay, let's talk about the predicament that put me in. It forced me to read a book.
Right, because what else are you going to do?
I couldn't stream.
No.
I couldn't even, I could connect to the computer, but frankly, I'm not sitting here in the dark at 6:30 at night, like work. Like, I'm not that, you know what I mean? I'm not going to do that. It's Sunday night. Like, I'm not doing that.
I hear you.
I couldn't stream. I wanted to watch the last episode of The Queen's Gambit. Have you watched that show on Netflix? So good.
No, I know nothing.
It's so good. Okay. And I couldn't stream. So I read my book and then I fell asleep at 8:12.
That sounds so appropriate.
Yeah.
And amazing also.
How are you all? For those that live in the region that got the 80-kilometer winds last night, how are you doing? How are you on this wonderful, still very gloomy and very dark Monday where I live at least?
Yeah, same. It's gloomy where I live and windy. It's still windy.
It's windy, yeah.
Windy.
I also think we need to dedicate an entire morning show this week to what we're all buying on Black Friday and Cyber Monday. We're going to break with schedule. I was thinking about it this morning because I'm getting the emails from all the people. So over the next 2 weeks, we're talking about signature programs and everything to do with signature programs, from whether you're licensed, regulated, how to include certain things, all of this. Like, we're going to go all out. I'm going to bring on some special guests. We're going to bring on some 10K Success System team members and coaches because they have knowledge about what to do, and we're going to get all of your questions, and it's going to be a fun 2 weeks. But I do think that maybe tomorrow we should break with regularly scheduled programming and do a whole episode dedicated to things that you might want to buy for your business and your life.
Yep.
Because the sales, I feel like the sales are going to be way more salesy.
Yes.
And discounted than ever before. And there's going to be many things that are going to be available online for purchase that likely previously wasn't before. So I feel like we should do that. Let us know in the comments if that's something that you would like us to do at some point, maybe tomorrow or Wednesday. Let us know if you want that, because I was already making a list. Like, it's like Christmas for adults.
Yep.
Black Friday and Cyber Monday is like Christmas for adults.
I have a list. A list.
Yeah. So let us know in the comments, actually, if that is something that you would like for us to talk about and share about, because there are things that I also am going to purchase. Sarah says, yes, sound good. Happy to see you guys live. I've been watching the replays. Yes. Thank you. That's exciting. Okay. Let's dive in because we have a lot to cover, and we went uber profesh today, and I got slides.
I'm impressed.
2 slides. I also have my nails done. I just need to bring attention to the fact that I have purple sparkle nail polish on.
You do.
I do.
That is.
I was the cool mom on Saturday night and did nails with the girls in their gel nail machine.
Love it.
Because I didn't want to be like, no, I don't want to do that, and then have my daughter be annoyed. So we did nails.
Amazing. Okay.
Let's dive in. So for the next 2 weeks, we are talking all about signature programs, what they are, how to create them, how to offer them, how to run them, the technology, the do's and the don'ts, because having a signature program is your ticket to freedom. Yeah. Hands down, you can argue with us until the end of time, and we will show you that the signature program is the ticket to your freedom. I don't care if you're a massage therapist and you need to lay hands. It doesn't matter if you're a licensed therapist or you're a social worker or you're a sexologist or you are a parenting coach or you are an art therapist or you are an osteopath or you are a nurse practitioner or a dental hygienist, or what else am I forgetting? A Reiki practitioner, MLM, Monet, or a Beachbody, or Arbonne, or essential oils. What else?
Anything. A
hairstylist.
Medical doctor. Hairdresser. Yes.
Because I went for my eyeballs to an acupuncturist, and he was like, he knew who I was because somebody else on our team goes. And he was like, so, how can you, what would you say? My optometrist, who I also went for my eyeballs, he was like, what do you do actually? And I was telling him, and he's like, so, could I have an online program? And I was like, you sure could, doctor. I can hook you up, right? And so it doesn't matter. And so what we're going to talk about over the next 2 weeks is how you can have a signature program, because it is no secret that technology has changed the game. It is no secret, especially given our new normal, which is never going to go back, by the way. This is not ending. This is like page one of an entirely new novel in a new genre that was never created before.
Yeah, the book's open. The book is open.
And given where we're at as a world, in terms of the thing that's happening right now, you need to use technology, health, well-being, coaching, all of this stuff. If you are not leveraging automation, if you are not leveraging technology, if you are not leveraging the assets that are available online to have either part or all of your business virtually, I hate to say it, you will be left behind. You will be. Is it still a necessity to see in-person clinicians, practitioners? Yes, but as we will see in the coming years, that necessity with AI, that necessity with apps, that necessity is going to get smaller and smaller and smaller. And this isn't me trying to freak you out. The writing is on the walls.
Yes.
The writing is on the walls. And what the situation that we're in right now, it sped it up. It motivated the technology people to speed up the opportunities to eliminate in-person realities.
Yes.
This is what's happening. This is exactly what's happening. And I don't, again, this isn't to freak you out or whatever, but it's the truth. And I think it's really important to take a really good look around as to what is happening and the technology that exists.
Yeah. And I think looking at it from the positive is there is still the opportunity to become an early adapter. It is still early adaption phase. We see it. We've been seeing it for years. I mean, we've been teaching this for years, but now it's becoming mainstream. And so there's this pocket of time right now, which is early adaption. And the people who can adapt early and create this model and integrate this model are going to be so far ahead when it becomes a necessity, which is going to happen.
It's already happening. It's already happening. And especially given the season that we're in, it only makes sense that you, at the very least, investigate this as an option. At the very least, that you actually investigate having part or all of your practice online.
Yep.
using the technology that exists. And is there a learning curve? Yeah. But wouldn't you rather go through a learning curve than not have a business at all?
Yep, I would.
Right? I would too. So let's talk about, what it is to have an online program. Let's talk about what it is to have a signature program, and what that actually looks like when you are any type of practitioner, whether it's some type of life coach, parenting coach, not necessarily with like a health designation, but with some type of coaching certification, whether you're a licensed practitioner, whether you're regulated, whether you have to lay hands on someone, patients or clients, and how this all works in the online world, because I'll tell you, it works.
It sure does.
You can, but I have to do this. All right, let us know, and we will use our model to figure it out. We've worked with hundreds of practitioners and coaches in the last 2 years alone, and there has not been one single person from across the world in every designation where we have not been able to find a technology that allows them to do what they need to do to stay within their regulations.
Yes.
So the fact that you have these handcuffs or constraints, yes, and we will work within them. And that is what we do. So let's talk about, first and foremost, how to use a signature program in your online business. This is something that we've shared a lot about. And there's many a morning show dedicated to this. So I'm going to share my screen because, as I said, we have slides.
So good.
Look how cool that is. We're getting like super professional on the morning show. Okay.
Love it.
So here's what I would love for you to conceptualize. So when you have a signature program, that is the way in which you deliver a level of transformation. So whether that's a base level transformation or a next level or like a super intensive level of transformation, your signature program is your intellectual property. It's the way that you work with patients and clients, and it is automated. I should say most of it is automated so that it is scalable.
Yes.
And what I think is hard to conceptualize, especially for those that are licensed and regulated, is actually just having one or two automated signature programs, because they are taught to, do individualized prescriptive medicine, for lack of a better term, right? Individual protocols. And so what you can see here is, I'm actually going to just take the banner, hold on, away so that we can see it for a second. What you can see here is that at the core of your business, you have a signature program, right? And you might have 2 or 3. Over time, you will create more. But because you have a level of expertise in a specific area, and because you solve a specific problem for a certain type of person, you are then able to decide and identify, okay, what is the base level of transformation? What is the fundamentals that my patients or clients must go through in order to get that first level result? And then after that, they're going to come to you and they're going to say, what's next? And then you can take them into a deeper level of transformation or healing. And then they're going to come to you and they're going to say, what's next? And then you can have a next signature program. So you don't just need one, but you can get to a 7-figure business online with just one, FYI. And what we would love for you to conceptualize is at the center of your business is this offering. And everything else is wrapped into or fused into this signature program. So if you're licensed or you're regulated, then you can stay within your regulations in your state or province. and also have an opportunity to offer this outside of your state or province in a different way. And you can fuse together all of these different options for delivery.
Yes.
You want to expand a little bit on this and talk about sort of some of the options that exist?
Yeah, absolutely. So if we take it from the conceptualization of it, you and your business have a way of taking somebody from the state that they are in, the painful state that they are in, to the transformative state that they want that gets rid of the pain, right? That is your signature program. It is the methodology, the way that you, with your intellectual IP, like your knowledge and expertise built into a system, takes them from pain to result. So if we separate that out from the way and the delivery methods in which you do that, it's a lot easier for you to be able to figure out how this could work for you. So there is a series of steps that your client needs to go through from point A to point B. Those steps can happen in a variety of ways. And this is where we are able to take your methodology and marry it to a delivery system that works within whatever regulations that you are bound to by your regulatory body, right? So if, one of the stipulations is that you have to establish a doctor-patient relationship and meet one-on-one with your clients, cool. So now you're delivering the steps in the signature program in a one-to-one doctor-patient relationship, spaced out in X appointments to make the transition the smoothest you possibly can from point A to point B, right?
Yeah.
If your conversely, if your regulations state that if you cannot work with somebody in a doctor-patient relationship outside of your state or province, well then guess what? There are do-it-yourself book type programs that somebody can purchase on the interwebs and work through completely in and of themselves with zero input or guidance from you in any sort of relationship. Steps are the same. Methodology is the same, right? The delivery is different.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely. And I think the point is that you can't figure this out on your own because it's taken us years and literally thousands of hours of investigating with licensing regulatory bodies and lawyers and all of these things to know to the very best of our ability how to support you in using this online model, which is an extremely viable model that is available to you. And so when you think about, okay, what kind of lifestyle do I want to have? What kind of results do I want to offer to my patients or clients? What we already know is that the current model of care in the alternative or even therapeutic coaching world, it's not as effective as it could be because it lacks ongoing support, ongoing accountability, and a sense of community and inclusion.
Yep.
We already know this. We know that it doesn't work. We've worked with hundreds of therapists and coaches and practitioners who tell us that, repeat bookings are down and that they go for 1 or 2 sessions and people just don't come back. Right? But social workers, licensed therapists, like this is a recurring theme in any type of health or coaching or, therapeutic sense. It's getting people to come back. It's getting people to participate. And it's because they're so out on their own and there is no journey that they're being taken on. It's just appointments. And if you don't feel like going to the appointment or life gets in the way, they don't.
There's no accountability there.
Exactly. They're not enrolling into a transformation. And so I would love for you to think about, what kind of results you want to be able to provide and the type of practitioner or coach that you want to be and the type of experience that you want your patients or your clients to have, right? Mm-hmm. Because when you, hold on, I'm going to change the slide. Let's see if I can actually do this here. Oh, yes. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Look at this. When you set your business up this way, and when you set up the coaching program or the signature program this way, it is supportive. There's accountability. It is a journey, and there's a higher level of commitment and compliance from the client or patient, because from the get-go, you're enrolling them into this journey. You're not just being like, okay, well, you need to come for 3 appointments. Like, there's such a different feel for the person on the receiving end when you are enrolling them into a better vision, when you are enrolling them into a transformation, when you are explaining to them through your onboarding process and the on-demand membership site and your, office hours or your coaching sessions and or, your one-on-one patient sessions, the testing, the assessments, the intakes, when you have a complete offering that includes them in a journey that takes them from point A to point B, and you can clearly identify the steps and the benefits of having access to this method, it's an entirely different experience for the patient or the person.
Yes, it sure is.
And it's,
I was just going to say, and it's also, it's twofold, right? It's easier for you to enroll people into that vision because it's bigger than you. You're not asking somebody to invest $150 to spend an hour with you anymore. Like, you've moved beyond that. You are enrolling them into this vision and this system and this step-by-step proven methodology that takes them from point A to point B, right? And that's easier for you to communicate because you are no longer having to tie in your own self-worth and your value of your time and like da-da-da-da-da and all of those things, right? You move beyond that. And they can see, like, they can see this process and this process and this vision, and they're like, yeah, that's what I want. I want that.
Yeah.
Right? It's different.
Yeah. And this is still new. Working online for patients and clients, we are in the very early stages. And so as Laura was saying before, like, to adapt now is in your best interest. And that doesn't mean that you have to go fully online if you don't want to.
No.
But you absolutely should be leveraging and taking advantage of the opportunity that technology has afforded us. Hands down, right?
Yes.
Like, hands down. And, I was thinking about it too. I was reading, because of the blackout, I was reading my book from the founder of Salesforce, and he was talking about Home Depot. And he was talking about in 2008, when everything crashed and Home Depot had Home Depot was like doing so well and all of that. And they had no online. In 2008, Home Depot had nothing online. Zero.
Crazy.
They had nothing online. So 12 years later, they had to adapt. They had to get online. Otherwise they were going to go under. Everything that they did was, to bring people into the stores. And now they have this amazing sort of unity of their online platform, which offers like courses and trainings and all of this stuff. Like, they're supporting their customers with their online platform. I was in Home Depot yesterday, and instead of walking around, I typed in what I wanted into their portal, and it told me where to go in the store.
So good.
How amazing is that?
So amazing.
I think it goes to show, that there are opportunities that just because you don't know how to do it doesn't mean you can't. And so what is going to separate those practitioners and coaches from everyone else is their ambition to go and find the people to teach them how to do it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
To teach them how to do it, to go and work with the people who have the kind of business that they want to have so that they can learn how to do it. Instead of just being like, oh, this is hard, or learning curve, or regulations, I don't know, this is so much work. It's a lot. It is work. It's a lot, but it's Sarah saying, as a highly experienced one-on-one clinician, the mindset change has been very hard, but so good and will be life-changing. Absolutely. Yeah. 100%. Yeah. It's simple. It's just not easy. It's very simple. Like, we can write it out for you. It's very simple. The steps to take are very simple. But because it's a paradigm shift away from how we were all taught. And in 15 years from now, I'm hoping that all of these designations catch up.
Yes.
I'm hoping that the way that we are all taught changes, but it hasn't. It hasn't caught up. It's still very archaic. It's still very old, and not necessarily in the best interests of anybody, the patient or you. And so, we're planting seeds. That's all we can do. We're planting seeds. If you want to water that seed to have it grow, you can, but we're just here to let you know what's available and what's available. That's our job.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So Lynn is saying, hi, Lynn. Lynn is saying she is the director of operations for a provincial senior association, and we are doing everything online. Yes.
Like, what a huge shift. Seniors association, right? Like a seniors association being fully online.
Yep. And the best part is, and then we'll wrap it up, is that the season that we're in right now forced everyone who wasn't online before to get online.
Yes.
Think of how many people now know how to use Zoom.
Yeah.
I mean, like, my mom knows how to use Zoom. Think of how many people now know how to use Zoom that didn't know that before. Mm-hmm. Especially seniors. They're not going anywhere. Like, where are seniors going? They're going nowhere. Everything is online.
Yep.
Everything. So this should feel super exciting. It should feel super exciting. I hope that it does. So we will be back again tomorrow with some specific steps to help you. Maybe tomorrow we'll do the Black Friday episode. Mm-hmm. And then Wednesday we'll be back with some specific steps to help you sort of map out the totality of what it could look like for you to go online. Have a good day, everybody. Bye.